live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Echo Racing League from New Hampshire. One of my favorite races from the first season. In this season, it's a playoff elimination. I'm joined, as always, by Eli Bright. We're the only two up here right now. We're very lonely. Eli, New Hampshire, right? Great racetrack, high braking racetrack.
Very loose.
Which
Very
means
loose.
Big Send racetrack as well, right?
Yes. Big sin.
Big
Especially
Send.
in playoff.
Oh yeah.
Playoffs, try and get that point. If it's 1 point, you're definitely going to see someone get sent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, the playoffs, there's not too many people racing. I hope they pause the lobby, or else they're going racing at Phoenix. All right, they've paused it. Brett, that was very close, but a nice catch there. So we've got 15 people in the lobby as of now. Cyagenic is on pole. He beat Max by 1/1000th of a second. How about that? Trying to back up his win. Brett is starting third, Bean in fourth. You got Katie, you got Cyber, Kenny, Brennan, Brett, Dirty Boy, Bean, Frank, H-Wix, LT, and some others. You have obviously Sio and Max. I can't see the others though. I have to see if I can get footage of who else is there. You have Big Jim, Generals, and Zmog. So Zmog needs to like win basically to advance through. So that's gonna be a fun one to watch, especially since it's Zmog. Zmog normally is crazy. So Zmog
really
with
crazy.
like needing to do something, he's gonna be insane. Like this is gonna be fun to watch for him. So watch out for that. The playoff picture entering this race, Max was locked in with the win. LT and Bean, I think, are safe on points. Brett is pretty much safe. He's plus 20. Dirty Boy's plus 14. Jim is plus 11. KD plus 7. Frank plus 1. Kenny is one below. And I don't think Hobos is racing. He came in minus 6. Jaw's not racing. He came in minus 14. So Zmog then minus 30 basically needs to win. So the big battle is going to be between Big Jim, KD, Frank, and Kenny. Kenny starts last because he missed qualifying. So the points are going to be all over the place all night long. And it's going to be fun to watch. Cyagenic can hang with Max. Can Cyagenic do what... Hampshire. I'm getting spam with invites. This is an amazing... And we're getting done with the opening ceremonies, and once for 150 laps we can join. I guess the first race ceremony ended earlier than I thought they would.
I guess so.
I thought they were still in the national anthem. I guess they got the command already done.
Yeah,
I've been having trouble speaking lately, so apologies if I start to like blend words together.
I can't speak in the first place, so this.
Yeah, and imagine numbers I'm gonna have to look in my head, like especially with like KD and Frank and Kenny. It's gonna be like I'm gonna be calculating stage points and other things on top of finishing points, and it's gonna be a mess.
We're coming to the green.
Good thing you're already loaded in, because I'm not.
We're green flag at New Hampshire.
I'm looking at Fanatec pedal.
Brett, this kind of looks like kind of have one of those restarts.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Wide. Someone's in the wall way back there.
Is that Kenny laying back? It is Kenny.
I've obviously seen everybody letting everybody fit each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very interested to see Zmog and Bean. Those are two very aggressive people. Dirty Boy's bottom of 3, Zmog's in the middle, there he is, in the 34, he needs to win this race, so basically for Zmog, his goal is to just get track position these first 2 stages, and then stage 3 just wreck Max and Sio.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And he's trying to wreck KD right now.
Yeah.
See, that's the issue, right? So Zmog's out there just to win, KD's only plus 7,
well,
Zmog is almost into the inside wall, it's a great save, but there goes all that track position that he had gained. Yes. These guys are animals back here. It gets crazy. We saw last season what happened. There were send after send after send, And now it's in the playoffs. There's championship implications. You have 4 drivers that won't advance after this race. You already know 2 of them. It's going to be Hobos and John that won't advance. Z-Mog desperately needs a win, and then it's going to be between KD, Frank, Kenny, maybe even Big Jim and Dirty Boy, depending on how the 14 and the 11 do. Right now, Big Jim's doing well. He's up inside the top 5. He's right now 3rd. Oh, KD out of line. Bean looking to block. Behind Brennan is looking inside of Frank. Has Kenny made any progress at all? Not really. He's made up a few spots. That's bad for him because, well, not terribly bad because the 88's not too far in front of him, but...
I don't know, but I would say Brett's very talented. He just called me.
What?
Yeah. I guess he didn't think we were in the race yet. So.
Oh.
Very talented driver.
Maybe that's why he gave up some positions on the start. He was trying to make sure the commentators were in here. Oh, Big Jim got the wall a little bit for 3rd. Scraped it. Brett got a nice run. Brett, fun fact, he loves this track. He's called it the best track in the game. And he also said in qualifying he ran his best lap ever. And then add on to say it probably won't be front row though. It was 3rd, so it's what we would like to call best of the rest, Eli. As you know it, we've kind of done things. Speaking of doing this, we didn't pick anyone. Who's your pick to win?
Let's go Bean.
Bean? All right, I'll go with Brett. He'll finally get that win in the Echo Racing League. Because once again, these front 2, Cygenic and Max, are like they're like cheat codes.
Yeah, too good.
And they're right now. They've pulled away a nice bit. Cygenic's done a great job keeping ahead of Max for now. Looking at this stage, it's 36 laps long, so I have no clue if they need to pit or not. Big Jim's not looking at fuel. How about Kenny? Nope, he's looking at the leaderboard. Kenny's made his way up to 11th. He's right behind Z-Mog and Brennan, and he's ahead of Frank. That's a big thing right there. So for Kenny, his goal is, as long as the 34 does not win this race, Kenny just needs to beat the 88 in terms of stage points and then finishing position. If Kenny beats the 88, he's in. Then you throw in KD into that. If KD has a really bad day and both Kenny and Frank have good days, then they can try and leapfrog KD. So that's the whole point scenario. We got Bean underneath Brett. That's for 4th. And once again, these are 2 drivers that are relatively safe in terms of the next round. Bean is definitely in. Brett is pretty much in as long as he just gets, top 10 stage points here and kind of coasts it home and finishes top 12. He'll definitely make it. So there's really nothing to worry about for Brett. The only thing he has to worry about is make sure his internet holds up so he can keep it in the race.
Yeah.
We got Z-Mog and Kenny in a battle at the back. This is for 10th right now. So this is for the final stage point. And just in front of this battle you have Brennan and Dirty Boy.
Oh, Brennan got pretty close right now.
And then there's the battle for the round of 8 back there. You have Kenny and Frank. They were side by side down the front stretch. So basically right now at this moment, 11th and 12th, they would be tied because they're not getting stage points. So they would be tied. I don't know who gets the tiebreaker in this scenario, but that's how it would be. So it's very, very interesting. And Frank is now under fire from Cyber in the 13. Kenny's trying to get back up to the battle in front of him to try and get some more positions. That's Brennan. Oh, look at Kenny's going top of 3. That's the great thing about New Hampshire, Eli. You know this, is that you can kind of run any lane. You can diamond, you can run the bottom, you can run the middle, or you could enter high and then exit down at the bottom, kind of like what Brennan just did. Yeah. You just have to watch out for pit road though. That commitment line can grab you if you get too low. But that's what I really like this track just because of that. Is you can see right there, Brennan stayed low. You had Z-Mog and Kenny both go up the racetrack, but you can see they get the runs on exit. And he got by Brennan for 10th right there.
Later in the run, the inside's gonna be worse. It's gonna be booster. It's gonna be
yeah. Especially when you're wanting to get on that apron to try and get the straightest drive off. That's not gonna be. Yeah. you think this track's really flat, and then you get to the apron, you're like, oh wow, I guess there is some grip up there anyway. They don't have to pit in this stage. They're good to go. Well, they're good to go on fuel. Hopefully they're good to go on tires too.
Max.
Max isn't playing around anymore. He's trying to get by Cyanic. He's like, what are you doing up here? Don't you know I own this league?
Yeah.
Move out of my way. Oh, looked like he was going to send it in the braking zone, but maybe he's trying to get a better exit. This is a good battle. We haven't really seen these two head to head. The last time we did was Gateway. And that was really only for stage 2 when we saw that. And then stage 3, Cyanic got kind of put back and could never gain back on Max. So I'll be very interested to see if it goes like that, where those two are up at the front and then something happens late, or if they can stay like this all race long and then it just be between the two of them at the end of the race.
Oh, Bean's around.
Oh, yeah, that might be the looseness of the car. It just happens here, and he's back on. Okay, that was just a lag. But yeah, that car just starts to take off on exit. And Brett's under fire from KD, so KD trying to get some points here. That would be 4th place. Brett now back to 5th. LT 6th. That's Dirty Boy in 7th.
So close.
Yeah, I thought I was going to hit the inside wall and come shoot back up the track. Wow, Brett just dove it in there. And this Ballon has allowed Big Jim to pull away in 3rd, so he's kind of like the best of the rest at the moment in this race. I mean, he's not really let the front two get away. They got away in the start because they're all Ballon, but once they got kind of spread out like this, he hasn't really let them pull away. Brett looking back on KD. KD's getting, here we go, this is the part of the run where they start to get loose, and we're not even halfway through it, so you can tell how the long run's going to be.
He's really dominant.
Brett and LT both tried to wall ride, it looked like.
Oh, KD in the wall.
And Brett's trying to get back around him. And he does. So that's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th all in a blanket.
Sending a 10 into the
Oh, the 19's tight. Oh, he's in the wall. Drop back to, I think that's 8th. That is 4th through 8th on the racetrack. That's a 5-car battle right now. And that battle is bringing now Kenny into it, then maybe Brennan, then maybe Cyber. For Frank, it has just not been a good start to this race so far. The 88 probably just hoping he can get to the first pit stop and make some adjustments and not lose too many points to Kenny, who I'm told is driving sick. Never good. Dirty Boy's sending into the corner a little bit too. He's trying to get to the side-by-side battle of KD and Brett. And here comes Z-Bog. How? Okay, he didn't really. He hasn't. Oh well, he did kind of throw it in there.
Well, you might have put too soon on that one.
I was like, he hasn't really thrown it into many corners yet, and then just saw that. Now he's going for 5th on Brett.
He really held that bottom.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Some drivers, some drivers take the tighter setups because they know it's going to stay green. Some people still go with looser stuff. I have to wonder if Z-Mog's maybe on a tighter setup. He didn't look that strong early on. So you have to wonder something.
Oh, well, okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dirty Boy, I would either let him back go, and he did, or if he were to pass him, get away from him.
Yeah, if you're going to hit him, you go. You're not letting
the 16 is spun around. The front of the field is still the same, Cyanic and Max, by about a car length between them. Big Jim is 3 seconds behind them. And then Big Jim has about 3.5 to 4 seconds over the battle for 4th, which is Brett and KD, and obviously Z-Mog. Max is right on the bumper of Cyanic right here. And you think about in this scenario, right? We saw last week. We thought that Cyanic and Big Jim and Brett and LT were all in a party, right? We thought that was how it was because Cyanic multiple times pulled over, gave Big Jim points. Big Jim had nearly a max points day, max points night in Charlotte, which got him from way below the cut line to now comfortably in. So now in this scenario again, Cyanic is not in the playoffs. Max is, not saying Sidetrack's going to let him go because I don't think he will, but does Max get aggressive with the 48 if he still's not around him in the final 5 laps?
Oh, he would definitely, I would say.
Because even though he's locked in, there's still playoff points to be earned by winning stages.
Alright, all the points, you gotta be comfortable even though next round he'll probably win or something like that. So, you never know.
You never do know, right? Like something like Chicagoland could happen, mess up pit road. You know, it's very easy to do. Mistakes happen. Everyone makes mistakes. Even the best of the best make mistakes. And, you know, the next 3 tracks, they aren't the easiest tracks. Homestead, you can get very, very loose there at points. You mess up the access road. You have Phoenix, that's another track where you can once again get very, very loose, in Michigan. So, Michigan with high draft as well as...
That one's going to be chaos. Oh,
yeah,
he's
so,
the inside
yeah,
of
he's
48.
there. 48 kind of trying to pinch him down there. I think he's got him. That was great rotation. That was like a perfectly executed pass. I don't think you can get much better than that. In terms of the battle on the bubble, Kenny is still in 9th, so he'd be getting 2 stage points. But Frank is getting none right now. That is the big story. KD's getting a nice haul of points right now in, that would be 6th, so he'd be getting 5 points. And Kenny's trying to run Dirty Boy down. And Frank is back with Bean. So remember, Bean spun around, he's back by the 88, so it's not been a good first stage for Frank at all. There's Kenny. He sees Dirty Boy in front of him. That's another point. Every point valuable in the position he's in. Came in 1 below the 88. And any stage points Kenny can get leaves a lot to him. Now that the one's gotten around the 48, he's starting to gap a little bit. So I think he was just being patient with Cyogenic.
48 use stuff up.
Yeah. Brett has also gotten away from that battle. He was in a battle for 4th with KD and like Zemog and all of them for a while, but he got away actually. He's pulled away in 4th now. And 5th place is now Zemog. Obviously, points don't really mean anything for him. He's just here to win this race to try and make it into the next round. So he's looking to try and get every spot he can to position himself for the next restart and then the final restart. Because this is a quick race. 150 laps in New Hampshire does not take that long. You go around laps here about 29 seconds, average it out over the long runs about 29 seconds. So it's not going to take too long to complete this race. The complete opposite of what we saw at Charlotte.
Yeah.
Well, Big Jim's pushing it, almost got the wall from 3rd, and Zemog's pushing it, trying to gain on Brett. He's closing on the 24 a little bit. That's 4th and 5th. 6th place is LT.
I think he got fast.
Yeah, this man said he hated this racetrack. Says he does not like it. He's the only man this season to finish top 10 in every race.
Oh,
KD is very loose.
Oh,
now for KD, you know, he has to think about points here. You know, he can give up some of these points, but, you know, he can give up a spot to Kenny as well, but he needs to get stage points here to try and pull a gap over the 88. With LT up to 6th, right? He said he doesn't like this racetrack. Eli, I've received insider information as to how he's so fast, right? Oh. He practices before every Echo race by playing Mario Kart.
Ah, there you go.
That is the strategy. He, in fact, won the competition he was in.
Oh.
So, I mean, maybe I gotta try that for the next one I'm in.
Yeah.
I have my Switch right in front of me. I might start playing Mario Kart right now. You might start hearing some Mario music soon from my end of the mic, and that's just going to be me practicing for the X1 race.
Oh God.
Cyogenic. Cyogenic's back on the bumper of Max. Oh, yeah, Kenny got around KD, so point in favor of Kenny right there. So that's 3 stage points he'd be getting now. And Cyogenic is all over Max.
Oh. You gotta be careful entering.
Oh, he was so loose there. That. And they're coming around to 3 to go in this stage. Kenny's got the wall off 2. And he's lost a spot to KD. So KD's back around. This is about for 8th right here. Kenny's in the wall now. Katie's in the wall. Kenny to the inside. Man, those two names are very similar. You don't really realize until you start saying them. So Kenny is back around Katie for
really
8.
Lose.
Oh, there! Yep. He's in the inside wall. Now can he get back going? The 18's gonna pass him, so he'll lose 9th. So now he's back to 10th. He's only getting 1 stage point now, and that's if he can hold on.
He doesn't. He better hope he doesn't do that again.
Oh yeah, he's getting very, very loose. You think about next stage is gonna be even longer than this one. So if I'm Kenny, I'm definitely tightening the car up just a little bit. White flag this time by. Max has a, I wouldn't say comfortable lead, but he has a decent sized gap over Cytogenic. It's probably the biggest it's been all race long. So Max has taken the white. The big question is, can Kenny hold on to 10th for that point? Because every point he can get in the stages means a lot towards, you know, getting into the next round. He has to beat the 88. That's the only car he has to really worry about. As Max is in turns 3 and 4, he'll add more playoff points to his haul.
I think Bean did a good job getting back up. I guess this is 10th, right?
Yeah, Bean's right now, he's what, just behind Kenny, right? As Max wins the stage? Yes, that'd be 11th. Bean fought back up to.
And he sent it in on the 18th.
Yeah, he sees 9th.
Underneath him.
He sees 9th, and he got 9th. So that's 2 points in favor of Kenny, so works out for him. But yeah, as you mentioned, Bean, looks like that car's really, really fast. It fought back up to 11th after spinning around and being in the inside wall for a little bit. That was a very, very good recovery from your pick. So the top 10, you jinxed me, Spun. The top 10 was Max Sio, and then you have Jim and Brett, Zmog 5th, LT 6th, Dirty Boys 7th, KD 8th, Kenny in 9th, and Cyber completes the top 10. Bean, Brennan, H-Wicks, Frank, and Generals all miss out on stage points. And the big one there is obviously Frank, who came in only 1 above. And with Kenny getting a few. Word from our in-race reporter, LT, he's on ice. So, we'll have to see if he can fix that. Brett's pit crew gaining with Spawn Pit Road. Up to 3rd.
Oh, what's this?
Okay, that... Max had a Brett restart. I have to wonder if he just missed a shift.
Brett. Oh, there are a lot of cars.
Yeah, that's maybe 5 wide? I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't...
That is the biggest swarm. Oh, not the biggest I've seen here, because last season there was bigger swarms, like but... So now Max has to battle back up to the front.
22 using that Mark Martin on.
Oh, that was...
Oh, the 2 Dirty Boys.
And they're going to be 3 wide around Dirty Boy. Brett on the inside, Katie in the middle, Dirty Boy up top. And if you're like Kenny and Frank, you are panicking right now, because if Kenny wrecks, then maybe Frank gets stage points, and then the stage points equal out, and then it's just the highest finisher. And Big Jim's looking on Sio up there. And LT's in 3rd. For a man who hates this racetrack. That Mario Kart really working out, especially on the restarts. You know, I think you know how you have to hit the gas immediately after 2 pops up on the screen? That's probably what he's doing on the restarts, right? Max already back up to 4th, so he's had a decent recovery so far. Kenny's back to 13th now, so I have to wonder if he tightened it up and now it's going to come in the long run. Because that he's second to last car on the track right now. And in fact, he's the last car on the track because the 16's in the garage. So Max trying to gain on the front 3. Brett's up to 5th. He's got by Zmog. Now in this stage, they're gonna have to pit, and that's gonna come within like 10 to go. So you could try and take 2, or you could pit short and take 4. So, I mean, Eli, what would your preferred strategy be for this? Yeah, I don't know if I'd like 2 tires here, I'll be honest. Like it, faster pit stop, but I don't know if I'd be able to hold on to it. That's my biggest fear.
I'd rather have 4 tires that are new, but like add somewhere on the 2 that don't got much grip.
Yeah, Big Jim is keeping Cytogenic honest. that, as we saw last stage, Big Jim wasn't really, he was losing sometime, but it wasn't like the rest of the field was to the front two.
Maybe a tenth here and there, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, some of them were dropping off like quarter of a second a lap.
Yeah. Max is really pushing party.
Yeah, I think he may have just gotten the wall off too there. If he didn't, he was oh so close to it.
He's probably not real happy.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, those are the mistakes we mentioned, right? Like, it seems like it's silly that like, oh, that's a silly mistake, but I mean, it happens. You know?
Oh, Katie and Bean.
Oh, that sounds like a fun group. Frank as
Katie,
well as there.
Katie pinched Bean into the inside wall, and Bean kind of. Let's say 8 wheels turn better than 4.
Yeah, always. That is short track mentality right there. You know, Frank is looking at that in front of him, hoping that Katie goes up there and maybe sends Bean, right? And then he can get, free points. Because even if Kenny gains 2 spots, he's still only back in 14. Oh, the 88's in the wall.
That's big.
Brendan trying to get around him in the 3. Not quite sure. 13. Alright, so that's about for 10th. Frank's right now in 10th, so he'd be getting 1 point. And that's where that 1 point for Kenny last stage comes into play. Because he got 2 after passing the 18 on the last lap. Brennan is sending the 88 into the corner. Kenny is just on the back of this. Oh my gosh. Kenny might be the biggest Brennan fan right now, hoping he can knock him out of the points.
Brennan got to the outside.
Max gaining on LT for 3rd. Frank able to hold on for now to that 10th spot. Cyogenic still leading over Big Jim. LT has his hands full from Max in 3rd. If I'm LT, I just let him go.
I know he caught him quickly, but it took him longer than I thought it would.
Oh yeah, I thought he was gonna obviously I thought he was gonna fly up there because he and the 48 pulled away on that last run, but you know. Max is inside of the 19. Yeah, you let it go. That's like the only thing to do in that scenario. The worst thing to do is race, you know, obviously it's racing. You want to race people as hard as you can, but also it just gets annoying when you're a lot faster and then the person starts fouling you. Yeah, so you hope that, you know, you can do that, and then later down the road, if you're ever way faster than them, you can, they'll move out of the way for you. Yeah, you move with Brett as well. So Brett up to 4th, LT back to 5th. Big Jim still with Sio, and then you have Max trying to reel them in, and he was a 1.5 seconds back a few laps ago from them. Now he's 9/10 back. So obviously Max is pushing that car as hard as it can go. And we still got that amazing battle for 9th on back. It is just a log jam of cars. Katie in 9th, Brennan and Frank are side by side. That's for 10th. Brennan right now gets 10th over Frank. Now Frank's 11th, and then you have the 13 in 12th, H-Wicks. Kenny's now 13th, and Cyber is 14th. So it looks like Kenny's car maybe starting to come in a little bit on the longer run. And Frank wants that stage point from Brendan.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in the wall! The 88's in the wall! No, he's wrecked! Oh, that is not what he needed.
Oh, no. Well, I don't... The 88 may not be having
That is not what Frank needed right there. He was, you know, obviously, I don't know, Kenny might be able to get back around him, but he was at least going to give him a fight for it.
Yeah.
And now Kenny's going really wide. He's in the wall. Oh, he almost came down to the 18.
Oh, I don't. That's a clean up once it stays, we'll keep it.
Yeah.
Where it was.
Because right now Kenny's still not getting points. He's back in the 13th position. So he would have to pass the 18, and then he would have to pass the 3, and then the 13. So he'd have to pass all those guys to get any stage points. Yeah, Max, I mean, he's faster than the 11, but it's just such a slight difference. Like, if it's anything a lap, it's maybe half a tenth, if that. It could be even less than that. So Big Jim's doing a really good job holding his own between these two at the moment. In fact, the front five are equally spread out. That is the funniest thing to see.
Brett's still hanging around.
Yeah, Brett's actually, like, he may be closing in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really funny because on Big Jim's leaderboard, you can see how they're all, like, equally spread out. They're, like, all within 5 or 6 tenths of each other at the car in front. 48 starting to gap the 11, so I think Big Jim's car definitely a lot better in the shorter run. Once we get to the longer run, that's where the 40 and the 1 really, really seem to shine. And I don't... Honestly, right, I think the only way Max can win this stage, I think he and the 48 are just as good as each other. I think the way he can try and win this is through pit strategy. Because I don't... Like, honestly, he's fast, but I don't... The 48 seems just as fast.
Yeah, it's so even. You don't want speed either. Like,
yeah. There goes Max to the inside. And Cytonic did it many times, which cost him many wins. Max did it in the first race of the season at Chicagoland. We weren't there to commentate it, but he had all sorts of issues on pit road, and I think he relegated to 6th place in that one, so... Yeah, Max is now 2nd, and Brett's gaining on Jim for 3rd. Brett got some adjustments in it, looks like, and that car has really, really come to life. I would not be surprised if Brett gets up to 3rd in a few laps here. He's booking it up there.
Yeah, that last part does not have that long run.
And Max is not really gaining. It's about 8-9 tenths. Jake, we are in stage number 2, my friend. Currently the 48 leads of Sayo, and then Max is 2nd. Max to restart. It looked like he missed a shift or something along the line. Back up to 2nd. And he and the 48 seem to be just as good as each other. Maybe the 1 just a tick better. But he has to be a little bit more than a tick better if he wants to try and get up there and pass him for the stage win. Which honestly, once again, he doesn't want the points, he wants the playoff points for it. Sayo just wants to win whatever he can at this point. And Brett's there for 3rd. Big Jim's gonna let him go. So how about that? Brett to P3.
Whatever adjustments he's put in.
Really they're working.
Yes.
You know, someone I'm really surprised hasn't made their way up inside the top 5 is Bean. Like, I don't know if maybe something happened on the restart where he kind of just lost some ground, but he made his way up nicely from spinning out, being back in 15th, made his way back up to 11th in that last stage. But now he's just kind of stuck behind Z-Mog and Dirty Boy, which is, what, 8th place where he is right now, so...
This battle for the last stage point. Oh my.
Is it it is still going on. Look at this. 13, 20, the 00, the 3. I mean, who is 10th right now? 10th place would be the 20. So right now, KD's in the final point. Do you think...
Oh, he's in the wall.
Oh, and Kenny almost points. Kenny needs them basically a lot more than KD at this point. Getting none. Looks like Brett is with LT again. Big Jim's 3rd. Probably cycle around 4th because Big Jim, I would assume, would leapfrog both of them. And he was out ahead of the 11. The 11 just passed him. And then the front 3 of, obviously, Sayo and Max and Brett have not yet pitted.
I guess them running this on, they take 2.
Yeah, I'd assume that they're going to run it out all the way to the end of this. And then they're going to take 2 on their stop. I have to wonder about Brett. He's kind of slowed his pace down. I don't want to think he can save about 9 laps of fuel.
He would have been doing it from the beginning. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but he is really slowed down. Like, he's lost the front two. They are gone.
I mean, you're good and on point. I mean, why not try it?
Yeah, I guess so, right? If maybe Brett will be trying it. He's kind of like Tango Jr. now. So
Yeah.
he's trying to follow in the footsteps of Tango. Still the 48 and the one staying out. The two-tire strat for Bean is not working out whatsoever. I think if he was going to have to take two, it was going to have to be later on. He kind of pitted around when the drivers were going to take four. But Bean is now falling back. He's back by the LT again. And he might, I mean, there's Z-Mog behind him.
Probably took two too early.
Yeah, he's going to fall behind Z-Mog as well, and I would not be surprised if even Dirty Boy goes up there and passes him. I think Dirty Boy, he's a good ways back of the 34, but in that battle for that last stage point, Kenny's ahead of KD now. They pit around the same time. And Frank's about to get, I think, a lap by Big Jim. That's shocking.
Car really fell off. Red.
The one's pitted.
Trying to get that undercut. Does he take 2 or 4?
We'll have to see by his pit stop. We'll have to see if Cytogenic responds with a pit this next lap. So the one is strolling down pit lane. Cytogenic, no signal, but no one's really around him to signal to.
We've seen where the 48 goes longer. After
Yeah.
Oh, Brennan's around somebody.
48's in. The one is taking 4.
That was 48. I'll be taking 2.
Huh. So he ran it long and took 4. There's Big Jim.
Can he get around him?
Oh, I don't think so. Oh, he's gonna try it though. I think Max should be able to keep it.
48 took 4.
Huh. So obviously they don't like the idea of the two-tire strategy. Meanwhile, Brett's still out there.
Oh, he did take 2.
Oh, we got KD in the wall. Trying to find where the 48 is. There he is. All right, so he's off 4. He has a. So he has. Oh wow. Okay, he has 6.5 seconds.
He did take 2. That's not bad.
So we'll have to see. He has 6.5 seconds on Max. How does that 6.5 seconds work for him? Is it enough of a gap? And what's Brett's strategy in this whole situation? Brett has 12 to go. So he's letting Max by.
I mean, if he thinks he can try to save, he could.
I mean, you think about it, right? He can save like a few laps at Auto Club, which is 2 miles long. This track's only a mile long, so it kind of equals out to the same amount of fuel.
Maybe he could like save like 1 lap every 3 laps at Auto Club. But...
Yeah. If he can save 9 laps here, I'd be impressed, honestly.
We don't know how long that lasts. After that last pit stop in the final stage.
Oh yeah.
That's something else. He might be close.
Yeah, he just wanted to. I think he was just going long. Then maybe his car really faded off. He just wanted to go as long as he could. He'll probably take 2 here for sure. So that should hand it back over to Sayo in the 48. And then the one is back behind him by 4 seconds now.
I'm surprised it's not like closer with those 2 tires.
Yeah, but he's gaining for sure. He's pulled away from Big Jim by 2 seconds. So he's definitely put the boosters on.
Funny. So break out behind Bean.
Oh yeah, that's he must take a 4 then, right? If he's that far back.
He did lose a lot of time.
I guess he did lose a lot of time. So if he took 2, yeah. Well, Max is now 3 seconds behind him.
When you're locked in, basically, you
You can experiment, yeah.
Ain't fighting.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, Brennan's in the wall behind them.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, Max is, he can see the 48 now. I think he's gonna get him. I'm gonna see how many laps to go on Big Jim's right here. That would be, oh yeah, he has time.
Oh,
6
yeah,
to go at the line. How hard does the 48 fight is the question.
Oh, he's fighting very hard.
Is that KD about to go a lap down?
It is. Very. Not the day he wanted, or he needs to.
Max is within a second now, I would say, with 5 to go.
Oh, being in the wall.
Uh-oh. Brett's back around him. I think that's 6th. I'm pretty sure. They have Dirty Boy right behind them. They have the 3.
Oh, Bean's up there, bro.
Oh, Max is there.
That probably should be an easy.
Yeah, I'd assume he's gonna get him in like this straight away.
You don't have so much more grip coming up off the corner, just like that.
And that's 4 to go.
Well, he gave an effort. He tried it.
So Max out in front. Sayo now back to 2nd, but it was worth the gamble on the 2 tires for sure. You have to try those gambles. You have to see how they're going to work out.
He knows he can use seconds.
So I think that was 3 to go right there. I lost count. I have to wait for Big Jim's string to roll back around. Yeah, that was 3 to go. 2 at the line.
Behind Dirty Boy.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, these guys are in like a dogfight for position, so. Max about to lap KD right here, 2 to go. Right. As long as KD doesn't have any misfortunes in front of Max, Max should win.
Oh, Bean is blocking Dirty Boy to the inside.
That sounds fun. Dirty Boy. Oh, Bean's still up there. Battle between LT and Zmog for 4th as well. LT currently has it. Max is taking the white. Oh yeah, he's probably very frustrated.
No one who's practicing.
Max is trying to put KD a lap down.
Dirty Boy.
Max does lap him. And Max wins stage number 2.
LT really backed up.
He got him. Woof! Drag racer 4. Oh!
You might see that for the win.
Alright, let me fix something. Hold on.